Having letter X in your palm simply means if you have letter X in your palm, this is what it means. By God's grace, in today's video, I wish to share with you symbolically what letter X you might be having in your palm means. That does not mean that if you are not having letter X in your palm, that you are in any way less. No, nature doesn't cheat anyone in the sense that where it sees that you are deficient, nature make it up somewhere else. And you have to also understand this fact. Like I normally say, there are four elements God used in creating the entire universe as well as human being on this earth. The element of fire, water, earth, and air. But there is secret element that is heart. Whatever your heart is conceiving, whatever your heart will conceive, you can actually become, you can actually achieve. And what is the implication of this? It simply means that even if you don't have letter X in your palm and you desire some of the things I am going to be talking about concerning those that have letter X, some of the peculiarity they possess, you pray about it, you begin to feel it, think about it, act it out, it will start manifesting also in your life. Letter X is very, very symbolic, highly spiritual, that when you have it in your palm, it means something unique and powerful. So if only you follow me to the end of today's video, I'll be sharing that amazing information so that you will rediscover yourself and be able to apply your potentials into use and climb to another level. But before then, please give this video a like so that YouTube algorithm will shift it to other people that need it. It has to do so. May God bless you. Welcome back to Jenny Action TV. In this particular channel, I discuss three important variables which actually help safety and spirituality. In this channel, we pray strategic prayers, we read the word of God in and out, believe in balance. That's why we do spiritual work. So if this is the very first time you're landing in this channel, you are highly welcome. Please kindly hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for always stopping by. So without wasting time, let's dive in. Before we go ahead into this particular video, remember that Awaken Mind Spirituality Global Academy lectures is ongoing. It will be awesome if you come on board because believe me, there are yet more secrets and mysteries you need to unravel, you need to discover. One of the things that make us stand out is the secret we know that others don't know. By the time you apply it, you'll be able to become extraordinary. That extra matters a lot. You become unusual. That on matters a lot. So chat me up with WhatsApp number on the screen in order to get more details. Also check the pinned comment and the community to get more information. Bible says by the hand of prophet, the children of Israelites was delivered from bondage. By the hand of prophet, they were taken to their promised land. Our Awaken Mind Spirituality Global Academy is simply summarized as School of Prophet because at a time it was written in the Bible, if all my people were prophet, one of the most credible thing that will happen to you is that God transform you to be a prophet so that you don't need to run into the hand of any false prophet. You'll be able to tackle your problem with symbolic prophetic direction as you will be empowered and ministered to learn. So that having been said, let's get into the video of today. Now, if you find letter X in your palm, and then most people that have this letter X, there's one truth about them is that their destiny line is very clear, meaning that this line that touches the longest finger and fall down to your list, that is what that line is. That line came as a result of the fact that your placenta was correctly buried in a land that is not infected, prayed on and buried well, so much so that witches and wizards, evil people, and then evil a kind of deities and forces did not hijack the destiny of the child. Now, you are not meant to be angry with your parents. Reason is this: they may have wrongly buried your placenta, your afterbirth, even the one that fall off from the navel of the child that fall off after some days of birth, out of ignorance because they don't know. to tell you that this world is a spiritual world. Everything that happens in your life is reflecting in your palm. As soon as a baby's placenta is buried, bam, the destiny comes out. That is that destiny line. All these other ones, I can call it palm lines. The first one is just heart line, which is also emotional line. The middle line is called like your intellectual and wisdom line, money line. The third one is called lifeline, which I've treated in extensively. But that one that crosses from the middle of your palm down that's the middle of your palm, which is from the tallest finger down, is your destiny line. The destiny line comes out as soon as a child's placenta is buried. Now, and if that child's placenta is not correctly buried, and after the navel or the placenta fall down and it was not also buried, that's after birth that the mother has given birth to, and if it is not correctly buried, there is always a problem. It will immediately alter the child's original destiny. That is why many people that are supposed to be having this, because that line that will cross it, that will form the X, most of the times, as a result of that line, V will be found in the palm. As a result of that line, you will still see M. You will notice that these things are reduced. These things are no longer there. The destiny of the child dampens, reduces. Now you can't blame your parents because they are ignorant. That is why I am saying don't be ignorant. Let the same mistake not repeat on your own descendant, because part of the things you'll be taught in the academy, especially the year 3 group now that is presently studying about palm, is how correctly to bury a child's placenta in order to ensure that the whole potentials, the destiny that that child came into the world with, is not altered in any way. Are you aware that some of this child's destiny was even altered right in the hospital where they are? Once demonic doctor and demonic nurses is involved in child's delivery, they take the destiny from there. I had a story that was told. I think it's Mountain of Fire pastor that told the story of what happened to a particular child, because for those that are Mountain of Fire, you know that they don't joke with some of these things like placenta, that deliverance ministry. I have been there, I've gone through their deliverance. That is why I know. So he told the story of what happened, that at a particular nurse and doctors were all demonic in a particular hospital. For every person that goes to give birth there, they will always take the destiny of the child and transfer it to their children, take it to their demonic witchcraft kingdom, which they are using to give to their people that are their members. They continue progressing and so on and so forth. But it happened that a particular pregnant woman who came to deliver was a member of Mountain of Fire, always prayerful. Sometimes they even fast, do deliverance with their pregnancy. That was what exposed them. Now, immediately they begin to give birth to that child. They now put hand with their magically fortified hand, so that when they are carrying the child, they manipulate the destiny, and they took the afterbirth, do whatever they want to do to manipulate. They shouted, "Fire, fire, fire!" and dropped the child immediately, and fall down, started talking. From there, they said they started confessing that every child they have delivered in the hospital, they have taken the destiny, but that when they wanted to do the same thing they normally do with their magically demonic fortified hand, that the fire in the body of this child, the body turned into fire. They couldn't do it, and that was how that child was exempted. There was an exemption plan. That is why you must know spirituality. You must be very prayerful. Be careful of the hospital you are patronizing. Be careful of how you treat your after birth, the one you give birth to as a woman. After a kind of giving birth to your child, your husband should also be there to take it and go and bury. Don't hand over your destiny to the hand of anybody in the name of that help you to bury, because they are going to be manipulating your child's destiny. Be careful of where you keep the placenta. These are the cardinal things that determine a child's destiny. That is why many people that God have created to be great today, if your eyes open to know the original intention and purpose and destiny God gave you in this world, you will be very careful of how you treasure yourself, treasure your unborn babies, treasure the ones you have given birth to, never to make the same mistake our forefathers made. By God's grace, those that are in our Waking Mind Spirituality Academy, we study the best way to handle placenta in order to ensure that the child is not manipulated in any way, the full potential. If you have this line, thank your God that your parents tried, because most of them, they just did trial and error. They don't know. And by trial and error, it favored you. Why some? By that trial and error, the child destiny is totally destroyed. But nevertheless, that is not the audience of this video. It's just for you to understand the importance of what we are saying and be careful henceforth. Don't go and blame your parents, so don't go and fight them. It is not their fault. What we are saying now, let descent not repeat on your own descendants. So that's by the way. Now, when you find X in your palm, it simply means mystery, intuition, because we are all spiritual beings. People with letter X in their palm often possess intuitive ability, perceptive ability. They are not just operating ordinarily as physical being. They are the ones that tap more of their spiritual powers and be able, out of intelligence and out of intuition and connection to divine through meditation and instincts and spiritual exploit, be able to operate in another higher level, because God is helping them. Spiritual beings like their guardian angels is helping them through intuition to get knowledge that is beyond human understanding, which God has made us. During at the creation in Garden of Eden, God created man, breathed his strength, his energy, man, to make man a mortal God. In other words, a God that can die. And being a God, you are entitled to know everything, to have everything, to be communicating from the spiritual realm, and then be able to operate in the physical realm where we are find ourselves. But some people's spiritual antenna cut off while they were being given birth to, where they were still being carried in the stomach, because you as a pregnant woman, mind where you go during your pregnancy, while who you collect something to eat, mind how you do, because you might also be giving away the destiny of your unborn baby. It's not every place that they are clapping hands in the name of church that you put your leg, because those places that might also be a place that will manipulate your child destiny. None of us, we are created to be a non-entity. We are created to become an entity. We are created to develop a high level of intuitive instinct ability that can help us to always connect to the spiritual in order to manifest exactly what we're supposed to be and who we are physically. But due to some carelessness in the way of our life, some of these potentials is a kind of lost. But congratulations if you have this X in your palm, because if you come closer to God and always more acquainted with spiritual things, you will notice that you will be able to have communication from the spiritual, and it helps a lot. Because when you wake up in the morning, you want to go to this direction, there is kidnapper, there is accident, there is a ritual killer, and you had a still small voice from the spiritual saying, no, go towards this direction, you are safe. In your dream, you are always giving directions of what to do. You don't waste your time. For instance, you are going to submit application to a particular organization. If no is going to be an answer, you are giving that information. You don't need to waste your transport and your effort in order to go there, because God have a better plan for you. I remember when I have not discovered who I am working, but they were all private job. I desperately wanted federal government job. So that ministry I'll come to mommy and say, please, mommy, pray for me. I want to go and submit this particular CV to this university so that I'll get a federal government job. I heard that federal government is recruiting this and that and that. Mommy will laugh and say, because he used to call me pastor wife. Pastor wife, go and sit down. God said you are not the one looking for job. That job is the one looking for you. That the time has not reached. When your children grow a bit, he will give you the job. If you go there, you are just going to be wasting your transport and your time. So because I know that all our ways always comes to pass, it is how it is. I don't waste my transport and time, because truly, if I waste my transport and time and reach there, I will meet disappointment. So what am I saying? When you have this letter X in your palm, somehow, because I used to tell you, everybody is followed by forces. There will be a divine force that will always threaten you to right direction. I will not allow you to make mistake. So that's number one. Number two is spiritual awakening. When you have this particular letter X in your palm, it's a strong connection to the spiritual realm, that you will always be connected to the spiritual. You will be experiencing spiritual awakening and heightened spiritual connectivity that will always help you in terms of your prayer life. You notice that you become a prayer warrior. When you want to pray, you pray effortlessly. While others are striving to connect to the spirit, you connect easily. When you want to meditate, you're lost in the spirit immediately. You begin to say things. When you are a kind of doing your spiritual work, you will find yourself in the spiritual realm. If the spiritual work is going, you will know. If it is not going, you will know. It makes your life easy. So First Corinthians 2 verse 10 always said, for the spirit searches things, it searches the deep things. It will always help you to search and get deep things. And you know, if you read Jeremiah 29 verse 13, it says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. You notice that these people are always connected in their heart to seek God and find God. Another one is inner wisdom and guidance. When you have letter X in your palm, it's always easy for you to be guided in from inner mind, from your spiritual being, from your higher self. In other words, your sensory perception is not always guiding you. There is a spiritual antenna that helps your decision, helps your feelings, help you to make a kind of symbolic steps in your life, that it becomes somehow difficult for you to make mistake. You will notice that you are always moving on the right path, especially when you add it trust in God. You are a child of God, you are praying fervently, you are reading the word of God. You will notice that you are always doing the right thing, because there is that prompting in your spirit that will help you to do the right thing. And one of the ways that will help you to consistently make use of your potentials, if you have this X, is always meditation and mindfulness. You have to be regularly meditating, always seeing the invisible. Try to see God, try to see beyond physical in anything you do, because spiritual rules the physical. When you are always lost in meditation, you will always be getting right direction, a different direction that will make you to stand out. Those that are in spiritual academy is also going to study how to meditate. So time will fail me to expatiate that all that here, and then even give you types of meditations. Also very important to practice what I call spiritual journaling. When you are doing that meditation, having dreams and then some communications and information from the spiritual realm, make sure that you are always documenting it, because at first it may never make meaning to you, but later in your life you will begin to connect all those dots and t's, and point all those eyes, and they will begin to make meaning to you. For instance, it never made meaning to me whenever I told mommy I want to go and submit this application, pray for me to get this job, so. She will always say, pastor wife, you are not looking for a job. God say you are not looking for a job. Job is the one looking for you. Your time has not come. Just he said, let this your children grow a bit, because that time I was nursing my twins. That when they grow now, that he will give you that job. So I was thinking it's circular job now, that I'm going to get lecturing job, because that was where my a kind of all my effort and strength was to get lecturing job in one of the federal government universities instead of private universities, not knowing that the job was a different one altogether, which was more like part and the arm of this particular ministry that I find myself in today. So now, that time now I couldn't understand, but now all those prophecies, both when I gave birth, a woman of God visited me and said, God said that I gave birth, first said and now second said, is for me to finish giving birth on time to start the work he has given me. I should fast dry fasting so that he will be able to reveal it for me after I finish winning them. I refuse to do that fast. But when I get to that particular ministry I'm talking about right now, the mommy gave me that 3 days dry. After that 3 days dry, through the ministry broke out. So what am I telling you? That you need to be journaling some of the activities, symbolic activities that happen in your life, because it can lead you to your fulfillment of destiny. It's not a must that you might have spiritual calling. It may be other things. It may be other part of your life. It might even be about your marriage, your career, and so on and so forth. Again, spend time with nature, whosoever you are. Whether you even have any of this mark in your palm or not, always spend time in nature. Know that God has given us this world to dominate, subdue, and replenish. And the more we spend time in nature, the more we understand the manifold wisdom of God, the more we are attuned to spiritual realm, because spiritual rules the physical, the more we are getting some form of vibration that will help us to navigate throughout our spiritual journey. Number 4 is, but not this, is always activate this your letter X, your palm, because your destiny is summarized in your palm. You have to protect, preserve, activate it, because even the newborn baby knows that their destiny is in their palm. That's why they close their palms closely whenever they are giving birth to. How do you activate it? By what I will call simple exercise. All from time to time, go outside, especially facing the early morning sun or the moon, and open your palm, take a deep breath and pray and say, God, the creator of the universe, I am here to activate my palm. Close your eyes and pray that new energy, vibration, strength will be able to flow through my palm into my entire being, in order to transform me to become greater and better version, that the reason why this X appears in my palm should begin to manifest in my life. I will no longer be ordinary. Let me translate from ordinary to extraordinary. You now visualize bright light shining into the palm, and you feeling the entire vibration in your system. After you have prayed very well, you come out and begin to thank God. From time to time, if you don't have opportunity of where you go outside in order to do the same thing, you light a white candle and pray and say, God, the creator of the universe. What candle represents light, it represents your presence, it represents illumination. Therefore, you now try to put your hand on top of the fire, not touching the fire. Let the a kind of heat of the fire begin to be noticeable in your hand. Pray that every negative energy, every contamination, destiny manipulation be taken away from your palm. That as you put this palm now, oh God, the creator of the universe, that let your entire being be activated. Let light enter you and transform you to another realm of supernatural glory, so that your destiny will manifest. The reason why this X is in your palm will begin to manifest, that you'll be able to rise to your fullest potential and achieve greatness. Do it from time to time. You begin to see yourself that you are getting spiritual enlightenment and spiritual antenna that will begin to take you to another realm of supernatural glory. So what are you waiting for? If you have this letter in your palm, go and start practicing it. You will see that the reason why it is there in your palm will really manifest and illuminate in your entire being. So if you have not subscribed to be part of this family, what are you waiting for? Kindly smash that red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. Comment on this video, share it widely to everyone. Might sure be helping a lot of people. As you do so, may God bless you. So with this I say, enjoy your day. Bye bye.